Hello, so Rena again. So this is the second in our Prepify Spotlight series, and I am very pleased to be joined with my friend and mentor, Soraya Chemaly. So Soraya is the director of the Women's Media Center Speech Project, among many other hats that she wears.
I went to Georgetown University.
I love that one.
And and it's in Washington, D.C.
Mm-hmm.
And when I applied to colleges, I didn't grow up in this country.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in the Bahamas. And I had a college counselor, and I said, yes, I would like to go to college. And the college counselor said, here's a list of schools. And I just kind of trusted the counselor. My parents weren't really involved in any of those decisions. They were in another country, and I was a first-generation college student.
Mm-hmm. What's your college mascot or the motto?
Hoya Saxa.
Hoya Saxa. What does that mean?
What a rock. Which is kind of, I've never really understood it.
Yeah.
Really?
It's kind of Latin for what rocks.
What rocks,
yeah.
you know. And the mascot's a bulldog.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't a person who was very involved in athletics. So the mascot wasn't a huge feature in my college life.
Mm-hmm.
All I remember is that the student who was the mascot while I was there is now a federal judge.
Oh, wow.
Which always makes me kind of chuckle.
Wow.
Yeah. I spent 4 years there. I spent 2 years trying to get the dean of students to get the university to sponsor and pay for a feminist magazine.
Mm-hmm. It's a good idea.
And then Georgetown eventually did that.
Mm-hmm.
At the 25th anniversary of the Women's Media Center, I was invited back to speak, and the director didn't know my connection with that publication.
Oh.
But she brought it out to say, hey, you know, we had this magazine here, and I burst out laughing. I was like, are you kidding?
Yeah,
That's so great.
Looks familiar.
I know. It was fun.
Wow.
I'd say that in the classroom, I had a wonderful professor who, he basically said, you know, if you are interested, and I was, and he was teaching these things, if you're interested in finding the stories of people not usually written about in history, you have to look at negative space, and you have to look at what isn't being said or what is being prohibited.
Mm-hmm.
I was really struck by how little had changed in terms of gender equality, and actually really struck by the idea that we were moving backwards and that this was actually fairly dangerous. And so I closed my consulting and started writing full-time about gender and feminism, and that quickly turned into activism for a whole variety of reasons. And so now what I do is run a project for the Women's Media Center that's about girls and women's civic and political participation and the relationship between gender, violence, technology, and free speech.